Harper Perennial and HarperAudio present The Memo, a novel, by Rachel Dodds and Lauren Mechling, performed by Anna Caputo. For Grania. Part 1. Memo-less. 1. Another Monday morning, racing around the apartment, praying I wouldn't be late for work. Hal was at our kitchen island, spooning gluten-free granola into his beautiful mouth, while I lifted objects and slammed them back down in desperate pursuit of my keys. "You sure you haven't seen them?" I sounded frantic. Hal gave one of his shrugs. "What do they look like?" "They look like my keys with the fob." The bright green, droplet-shaped entry device had been a fixture of our butcher block countertop only ever since we'd moved in. Forget it. I flung open more drawers. We really needed to get one of those wall hook contraptions. Hal and I had been in Pittsburgh for a little less than a year, covering the maintenance of a spacious, if somewhat dilapidated loft that belonged to a distant contact of Hal's. My boyfriend had a way of drawing interesting people to him, like a 6'2" magnet. I'd never met the owner, an artist named Glenn, who was currently in Marfa, Texas, for reasons that were never made clear. Clarity wasn't really Glenn's thing. I'd informed our landlord of the bedroom closet door that was falling off its hinges and the leak in the kitchen ceiling, but his stock response was, "No problem," as if I was asking for forgiveness and not help. Hal and I came up with our workarounds. We crammed our clothing into the hallway closet, and I placed a braided trunk ficus tree beneath the source of the water drip, a housewarming gift from Gita. The tree had been more valuable than my best friend could have imagined. At last, my keys! They were on the shelf in the entryway, nearly obscured by a thicket of junk mail and receipts. At the top of the pile was a letter from my alma mater. I averted my eyes, but not quickly enough to miss the words emblazoned on the envelope. "Attention Jennifer Green, Coleman College Class of 2007. 2 weeks to go." Down to 4 days, actually. I was due to head out of town on Friday for a full weekend of catching up with a group of people who, based on their social media feeds, were all living their absolute best lives. I'd only been dreading this getaway for 5 years, ever since the 10-year reunion, which I'd managed to skip. Hal and I had not been getting along at the time, and I'd assured myself, promised myself really, that I'd be in a better place by the time our 15-year reunion came along. Lo and behold, I wasn't. My 2 best friends from college, Gita Brara and Lee Sullivan, were furious with me for bailing the last time, and my absence had made Gita all the more zealous that we all attend our 15th. I could hardly believe it myself. 15 whole years since graduation. Lee and I were no longer in close touch, but I doubted that she required the same type of hard sell I did. After all, Lee had no reason to be reluctant. She could dazzle our classmates with her glamorous style, confident gait, and stunning success. But I couldn't shake the conviction that, for me at least, the whole weekend would be a recipe for nostalgia and regret. Not so much on account of all the stupid things I'd done, but for all the things I'd failed to see through. On the plus side, I had my keys. I bounded back into the kitchen, waving the green fob in the air. Mission accomplished. Hal's mouth puckered in what I took for amusement. "What?" I said. "Nothing," Hal said. "You're just super cute when you get flustered." This statement only made me more flustered. Hal was super cute in all emotional states. He was textbook gorgeous, to a degree that bordered on the comical. He had big hazel eyes and thick, honey-colored hair, just long enough to pull back in a low bun, and a tall, lanky body that never
Sample complete. Ready to continue?